Chapter 1. A World on Horseback. Across this wind-scoured grassland, power gathers like weather. Here, maps will bend, and a new kind of army takes shape, fast and disciplined. They ride light and think in horizons, measuring weather, water, and distance. At their front, a quiet commander few beyond the steppe yet recognize. Temujin, Genghis Khan, speaks through movement, a raised hand, a turned gaze, quiet signals that set 10,000 hooves in motion, thunder with a plan, units by tens and thousands, couriers racing ahead, an empire built on merit, discipline, and absolute speed. From Mongolia, lines reach east to the Jin, west to Silk Road cities, and beyond. Here is where the world learns to move. Chapter 2. Origins and Exile. On the Onon River, a boy named Temujin is born into wind and saddle, felt tents, iron, and horses, framing a hard, bright world. His father dies, allies drift like smoke. Winter closes in, enemies near, and promises that once warmed the camp turn cold. Hunger sharpens rules. In a lean winter, Temujin learns leadership the hard way. Food shared fairly, order kept, or families fracture. Rival clans shadow the Borjigin. The Taichiyud, proud, powerful, see Temujin's line as a threat and watch his weakened camp closely. During a foraging run near the river reeds, Taichiyud riders surge from cover. Temujin is seized before he can warn the camp. Bound in a heavy kang, he's paraded as a warning. Nights bite, days stretch. The wooden yoke grinds resolve into bone. One man risks everything. Western Xia and his sons hide the prisoner in reeds and darkness, choosing mercy over fear. He slips free, hands torn, lungs burning. In the reeds, Temujin swears never again to live at another's mercy. He returns harder. Quiet discipline steadies the camp. Obey signals, share fairly, move fast. People begin to follow. Borte is Ongira, an allied clan promised since youth. Her family's support and a rich sable dowry give Temujin ground to rebuild. Promise becomes bond. Borte's marriage steadies Temujin's camp and widens his circle, strength enough to take the next step. But the Merkit watch. Old grievances stir. Their riders will soon test this new peace and force Temujin to call in allies. Chapter 3. Early Alliances and the Break with Jamukha. The Merkit ride. Old grievances sharpen into action as scouts drift toward Temujin's camp on the upper Onon. Before dawn, the Merkit riders strike. In the confusion, Borte is taken. Temujin's household scattered into the dark. On Burkhan Haldun, Temujin prays, hides, and hardens, vowing to return with allies and take Borte back. He brings a sable coat to Togrul of the Kereit. Payment and plea. Help me rescue my wife. Jamukha, once his sworn brother, joins the rescue. For a moment, old friendship and purpose align. They ride as one. Kereit standards, Temujin's riders, Jamukha's strength, moving fast toward the Merkit camp. At first light, the allies fall upon the Merkit. Tents scatter, riders flee, and captives are pulled from chaos. Borte is found alive. Relief floods the camp. Debts of honor bind Temujin to his allies, at least for now. Soon after, Jochi is born. Whispers question paternity. Temujin accepts the boy, a choice that holds his fractured world together. Temujin rewards merit and loyalty. Jamukha favors noble birth and old rank. Camps begin to drift apart. Allies become rivals. Lines pull apart. Followers choose. The steppe braces for a reckoning. Jamukha strikes first. At the 13 wings, Temujin is beaten, his following cut down, and his lesson hard and lasting. He chooses order over vengeance.
Speed and stealth are our allies now.
The steppe will see him again, stronger. Chapter 4. Steppe Wars, Kereit, Naiman, and Merkit. After defeat, Temujin rebuilds quietly. Signals drilled, scouts spread. Small bands learning to move as one camp. Opposition hardens. Jamukha gathers allied banners, claiming old privilege. Their routes bend east toward Temujin's camps. Togrul, Ong Khan of the Kereit, once backed Temujin, even in Berta's rescue. That support made small plans possible. Relatives and advisors fear losing status. They warn Togrul that Temujin grows too strong. Suspicion takes root. A trap gathers at dusk. Scouts warn Temujin.
Signals flash, and his camp slips the net across a dark river ford. By dawn, he turns and hits back. The Kereit line buckles. Many choose Temujin's order over a shattered banner. Togrul flees west seeking shelter. None comes. The old Khan's road ends in exile and dust. Temujin absorbs Kereit households, leaders chosen for skill, messengers placed, units trained to move as one. West of the Altai stand the Naiman, rich herds, strong armor, ruled by Taiyang Khan and his ambitious son, Kuchlug. Temujin moves light and fast. The Naiman form deep ranks. Both sides test lines as dust lifts in the wind. A brief recoil draws the Naiman forward. Flanks wheel in. The center splits, and order collapses into flight. Kuchlug slips away into western courts. He'll matter later, but today, the Naiman power is broken. Old enemies fade. Merkit bands break under steady pursuit. Survivors fold into new ranks or vanish into the forests. With rivals gone or joined, Temujin calls a great assembly to fix law and shape an army, the steppe about to change. Chapter 5. The Great Kurultai, Law and Army. Across the steppe, summons ride. Banners converge on the Onon Valley to choose law, leadership, and the shape of a single army. On white felt beneath open sky, Temujin is acclaimed Genghis Khan, chosen to unite the steppe and end clan feuds. New law is declared, the yasa. Keep peace, share fairly, obey signals, protect envoys, and punish betrayal without favoritism. The army is reorganized by tens, hundreds, and thousands, mixed across clans, so loyalty runs to command, not tribe. Promotion follows skill. A common rider is named to lead 10. Service, not birth, earns command and responsibility. An elite guard forms around the Khan, sworn to vigilance by day and night, protecting the council and the white tube. Relay stations, the yam, link the steppe. Fresh horses wait at posts, so messages race day and night without stopping. Envoys ride under protection. A paisa tablet marks their status. Harming messengers is punished, whoever the offender is. Remount strings, spare bows, and packed saddlebags appear, so units can move for days without slowing or begging supplies. Councils appoint trusted commanders and fix duties, scouts, messengers, quartermasters, so the new machine can move at will. Under the white toug, leaders swear obedience to law and signal. A single command chain replaces old clan quarrels. With law fixed and ranks ordered, the united camp moves out, fast, quiet, and ready for the campaigns to come. Chapter 6. Western Xia, the gates to the south. Between Steppe and China, Western Xia holds the passes, wells, and towns that control the southern road. The Yellow River bends like a wall. Crossings are chosen with ropes, poles, and patience. In the desert, remounts and water set the pace. Shade by noon, march by dusk. Oasis towns open gates, stores are counted, posts set, and wells tied to the road. Where gates hold shut, a ring grows, berms raised, wicker mantlets rolled, and lanes mapped by cairns. Channels and weirs are marked, shift the water, and stone weakens without a rush against the gate. From the works, Genghis reads the ground and tightens the line. By torchlight, saps creep forward, while brief ladder feints test the walls. Pressure, not waste. Winter bites thin snow across the camps. Fodder and remounts keep the road alive. Parley weighs tribute, routes, and posts. Carts roll under watch, while the ring stays tight. Gates open at last. Keys change hands. Stores and craftsmen are registered for the road ahead. Garrisons take stations. Wayposts and ferries tie the corridor from well to road to river. With the corridor secure, Genghis pivots. Eastward routes laid out, posts and supplies assigned. Scouts pace the eastern passes. Watch turns timed. Streams tasted, and roads traced into Jin lands. North of the desert, columns form. Yurts rise, units refit, and the march turns east. Roads and orders turn east. The next horizon is the Jin.
Chapter 7: War against the Jin and the fall of Zhongdu. The Jin kings tax the passes and squeeze the steppe. Genghis answers with a new army and a sharper plan. Scouts pace the mountains, timing watch changes and noting every stream because speed dies without water. Light columns move first, cutting posts and lifting grain, so the main force arrives already fed. On open ground, he feints and turns. Jin riders stretch thin, and small seams begin to show. With roads cleared, the march bends toward Zhongdu. Engineers and guides step to the front. A ring grows day by day. Berms raised, wicker screens rolled forward, engines inched into range. Envoys bargain for time, tribute for passage, but promises fade and the pressure resumes. Engines answer walls, saps creep in the dark. By dawn, the gates fall quiet under watchfires. In 1215, the keys change hands. Zhongdu yields, and the capital learns the order of a new rule. Artisans and specialists are gathered, workshops sharpen the engines, depots link the roads ahead. Winter anchors the supply lines. With spring, the routes fan outward across the plains. With the north secure, his eyes tilt west, to caravans and a frontier they call Khwarazm. Chapter 8: Khwarazm Invasion 1. Otrar, Bukhara, Samarkand. Caravans bind steppe to city. Otrar, Bukhara, and Samarkand sit on the lifelines Genghis now eyes. At Otrar, a seized caravan turns quarrel into insult. Envoys are rebuffed, and war becomes the answer. In council, Genghis splits the host, one hand to contain Otrar, the others to push west along the rivers. Columns peel off like fingers, taking separate roads so no gate can prepare for all of them at once. Otrar is ringed by patient lines, berms raised, wicker screens rolled forward, engines built in pieces. The gates open to terms, stores are tallied, and the road behind the army is made safe. Engineers throw ferries and trestles across the channels so columns can cross in order, not in chaos. Through canals and orchards, the march bends toward Bukhara, domes rising over irrigated fields. Bukhara yields to discipline. Workshops counted, garrisons posted, roads reopened under watch. Relay posts spring up mile by mile. Messages and remounts turn distance into speed. Camps thicken around Samarkand. Roads are cut, and the first ring settles in the fields. Engines creep by night, walls mend by day. Pressure tightens without a single wild rush. Samarkand submits, craftsmen and stores are registered, and the network points farther west. The Shah flees from town to shore, then out to a bleak island on the Caspian. Genghis sends Jebe and Subutai to range far, follow the trail, read the frontiers, and report the road. With Urgench ahead and rivers between, the pursuit gathers for the next push. Chapter 9: Khwarazm Invasion 2. Urgench and the Falling Heartland. Shah Muhammad's cities line the rivers, markets crowded, granaries full, and garrisons on the walls. Urgench matters because water and trade meet here. Whoever holds it holds the delta's throat. Genghis assigns detachments, fix the delta with posts, turn the roads upstream, and squeeze in stages. Reed beds and channels force care. Fords are tested and causeways traced pole by pole. Outworks rise on dry knolls, watchfires link isolates. Engines rafted in pieces become a quiet ring. Test shots thud into empty berms, while mantlets inch forward under cover. Inside the walls, screens are mended and stores shifted inward. The city braces for patience. Talks open and close. Time traded for grain, promises weighed against the tightening line. At last, Urgench yields. Warehouses open, levees set, and river traffic clears under new order. Town after town along the roads changes hands. Tallies click, posts are planted, and routes hold. The Shah keeps retreating, first to the shore, then out to a wind-scoured island on the Caspian. Orders ride to Jebbe and Subutai, range wider, learn the crossings and shadow the borders. They mark ford after ford, setting poles and way stations, as news runs ahead of them. Across the horizon, a prince gathers remnants, Jalal ad-Din, choosing a river for his stand. With Urgench behind and a great river ahead, the pursuit turns toward the Indus.
Chapter 10, the Indus and Jalal ad-Din, the Great Pursuit and the River. Jalal ad-Din, the Shah's son, forges a last field force, mountain riders and city levies hardened by flight. Two wings of the Mongol host fan out across ridges and canals, closing the distance step by careful step. Genghis reaches the terrace above the river, reads the banks, and blocks the crossings with measured lines. The Indus runs hard and deep. Only a few gravel tongues promise a chance to pass. Jalal buys time with a shifting rear guard, screens, ride, signal, and fall back without breaking. Assignments go out, one column to press the terrace, one to cut the road, one to watch the bars. The array settles, forward screen at the lip, wings on the roads, reserves angled toward the river path. Horns call and dust rises. Pressure builds in waves, then falls away before a full clash. Genghis waits for a seam, watching flags, dust lines, and the shape of the river road. Jalal chooses a wedge and drives for the lane, tight and fast, aiming for the water. The wings hold their ground, no chase given, so the river path stays in their view. The river makes the decision. Deep main flow, few boats, and only brief slacks along the bars. Pressed to the bank, Jalal commits, horse and rider taking the water for the far shore. He claws onto the mud and reeds, gathers a handful of riders, and turns south. From the bluff, Genghis watches the crossing, then resets posts and roads for the aftermath. Way stations, ferries, and pickets fall into place so news can run both ways. The pursuit divides again. Some wings range to new frontiers, others turn back toward the steppe. Chapter 11, The Great Raid, Caucasus to the Kalka. Jebbe and Subutai take the lightest force, fast enough to learn a continent in motion. At a narrow pass, talks and gifts buy a road through stone towers and watchful eyes. Scouts slip along forested slopes, counting watchfires and testing paths without raising alarm. Alarm still spreads, hill-town courtyards fill, and gates bristle while messages race ahead. On the plains, Alans and Cumans join hands, mountain mail and steppe bows in one line. Envoys ride with promises, the alliance frays, and one partner drifts away. Left alone, the mountain host yields ground, lines bending toward the ridges. Then the raiders wheel on their former partners, fast, angled turns that break the chase. North of the range, winter roads run long. Posts and remounts keep the pace from dying. Farther west, river towns call in princes. Wagons, lager, and boats line the shore. For days, the raiders retreat on purpose, steady banners that stretch pursuers thin. The chase strings out, quick riders ahead, heavy wagons behind. Signals lag and gaps open. At a broad river, the feint ends. Arcs close, and reserves rise where the road narrows. When the dust settles, only a quiet field remains. Broken wheels, empty tracks, and silence. The raiders turn for home, charting the crossings and roads armies will need later. River guards shadow the return, arrows at distance, then darkness and empty banks. Back on the steppe, reports pile high, passes, towns, and strengths for the next campaigns. East again, new posts, new targets, the road bending toward the deserts beyond the mountains. Chapter 12, Western Xia and the Last Year. Western Xia holds the corridor between the steppe and China. Promises fail, and the routes must be secured. The Yellow River bends like a wall. Crossings are chosen with ropes, poles, and patience. In the desert, water and remounts set the rhythm. Shade by noon, march by dusk. Oasis towns choose terms. Gates open, stores are counted, and the wells become way stations. Where gates won't open, a ring grows, earth, wicker, and light engines pressing forward. Guides mark channels and weirs, shift the water, and stone yields to simple math. From a low ridge, Genghis reads the ground and closes gaps until the line is whole. Winter sweeps the caps. Fodder stacks and remounts keep the road alive in thin snow. Town after town submits, garrisons settle in, and the corridor links well to well. The ring tightens on the capital, lanes cut, engines sledded up, and watchfires circling the night. Parley weighs tribute and posts. While they talk, the encirclement never moves. At last, the keys change hands, the dynasty ends, and the road is marked for the return. Amid the work, the Khan falls ill. Orders still move as couriers ride. Before the end, he designates Ogadai, unity set for the march beyond him. At dusk, the standards dip. The camp holds its silence and its duties. A chosen escort rides north. Steady ranks cross river, plain, and forest line. Under pines and open sky, a simple rite is kept, brief, private, unmarked. Posts, roads, and rules bind far horizons, an empire built to move rather than to wall itself in.